Hi, I'm Kalin. I manage an 8-figure company, but it's boring as fuck, so I won't talk about it. Slides. I also manage an NGO, it's called I Grow Younger. You should check it out, it deals with the deficiencies of language. And I also manage a lot of Facebook groups in the last more than 10 years. Today I'm gonna tell you not how to build them, because that's individual, but not how to fuck them up, which is universal. So, what is important about language? It's important that language can be much more than words, and there can be a big mismatch in language. And I'm gonna show this by showing you a very famous Google Translate of a Japanese developer asking a question in a forum with Google Translate, translated from Japanese, which is a very metaphorical language, into English that is not so much metaphorical. And it's reminded, this is a question about JavaScript. So you can all see a question about JavaScript. So, this is the intro to the question. Then you get some more of the intro. I suspect that this vomit thing is outputting an error, but I cannot be sure. And for the rest, this is the clash of metaphorical language and JavaScript. Then comes the actual question, which is this insult to Father Stones. Again, this is about the JavaScript somehow, I don't know why. And then we have, as a final, a return to a closer match between Japanese and English, which is the famed Japanese courtesy, which you will see as this "please apologize for your stupidity" line. Which, I kid you not, how many times in my life I want to say this to people. So, what's the connection between language and Facebook groups? Well, Facebook groups have 3 languages, and you need to know them, and different people participating in Facebook groups can speak these 3 languages. So today we're going to look at the 3 languages, see the mismatches, and in the end you discover how to govern your Facebook group as an admin. So, I'm trilingual, and let's see how this goes. First, we have the language of help. Of course, most people are in Facebook groups to help each other. So there will be people asking questions, there will be people answering questions, and both of these people help the group, because without anyone asking questions and asking for help, the group will die, but without people also giving help, the group will also die. But this is natural. So, the language of fun helps this, because people love to have fun. And in a world of unlimited fun, TikTok, memes, there's only one type of fun that people crave, and it's the fun in places that are supposed to be serious. So if the Facebook group is really serious but still has fun, people would love it. But then we have the language of the enemy, the language of spam. This is the self-promoting people, which I call self-promoting dicks, and will refer to them as SPDs to the end of this presentation. They come to spam our group. How to find them? And a confession, I'm also an SPD. So, but I'm a more casual one. So, there are 3 types of SPDs. There are let's say the good and bad and the ugly. The easiest one are the throwaways. Ones that just want to burn their accounts and spam everything. Then we have the consistent ones, who would spam a little bit but all the time. And then we have the worst ones, our friends. Why worst? Harder to ban. So, throw away. You should not let them in. Like, strong filter at the entrance. The consistent ones, ban them early. And our friends, harder to ban them. So we need strict rules that we can apply selectively to our friends. And the language of spam basically means that rules are useless. 1964, US Supreme Court, judges needed to decide whether this erotic movie was pornography. Usually these big-ass judges do like 50-page opinions, but in this case the judge just says, I know it when I see it. My favorite line in the history of law. So, when you see your Facebook group, when you decide, is this SPD activity, you know it when you see it. So, what do? You ban people. The more, the better. If you think you're banning enough people, you're not banning enough people. 20% of people are freeloaders in Bulgarian Tarikati and needs to be banned. So, when do you ban them? Early. once you ban them, they're useless to your community. So the earlier you ban them, the better. And if you just feel they have an SPD vibe, just ban them. Just don't wait for the proof. The proof is the damage. And whenever you have the urge to explain someone why you ban them, if they ask, just don't. Because if they ask, then they're probably a consistent SPD and want very much to get into your group and spam it, so that's why they ask, why do you ban me? So just don't. If they are annoying, block them. Now, very important stuff, we get to the important stuff. Your Facebook group is not a democracy. It's a dictatorship, you're the dictator. If you have doubts about this, if you don't want the power, you go to therapy. Therapists will explain you that power is good. So, if you're thinking about this, you have already lost. So, the entrance should be tight, you are the dictator, and it's the only place where discrimination is a good idea. So, if this slide didn't give me the political correctness award, the next one will, because it's not about whether to discriminate, it's about how. So, buy everything. For example, in our industry, almost all of the spammers are Indians, so even though I didn't want to feel like a racist, in the end you just start banning all the Indians, there's just no way around it. You know, look at their profiles, names, everything. And if their occupation mentions anything about making money, instant ban. Before they even get in, you can ban people before they get in. Do you know this? They apply and you just reject and ban. So, you're not Nelson Mandela. Participation in your group is not a human right. You're a dictator, you want to keep it clean, otherwise it dies. There's a lot of times where it can die, and you just have to stop them all. And you don't owe shit to anyone. You're doing work for free here, building a community. So, and one last thing. If you think that someone is like super, how to explain, like me, you know, like these people that would not give up a social maverick, don't ban them, because they might return with a vengeance, which means creating a rival group. That's the worst that can happen. I have left 2 groups dead by creating rival groups after I was banned for being an SPD. So, keep in mind that's the only danger when banning people. All of the rest, you just need to be aggressive and tough. Thank you.